Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The topic of the debate is Imam Khomeini's struggle behind the success of Islamic Revolution of 1979 in Iran. The Iranian Revolution, pronounced locally as the Islamic Revolution, was a series of events culminated in the overthrow of the Pahlavi dynasty under the Shah Muhammad Reza Pahlavi and the replacement of his government with an Islamic Republic under the leadership of Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Ruhullah Khomeini, a leader of one of the various factions in the revolt. This revolution was supported by various leftist and Islamist organizations as well as student movements. Demonstrations against the Shah commenced in October 1977, developing into a campaign of civil resistance that included both secular as well as religious elements. The Shah left Iran in, on 16 January 1979 as the last Persian monarch, leaving his duties to the Regency Council and Shahpur Bakhtiyar, who was the opposition-based prime minister. Ayatollah Khomeini was invited back to Iran by the government, and he returned to Tehran on the invitation of thousands of Iranians. Iran voted by national referendum to formulate and approve a new theocratic republican constitution, whereby Imam Khomeini became the supreme leader of the country in December 1979. The revolution was unusual for the surprise it created throughout the world. Now let me move on to Imam Khomeini's struggle. How he spent his life in exile. Imam Khomeini spent more than 14 years of his life in exile, and mostly he spent it in the holy Iraqi city of Najaf. Initially, he was sent to Turkey on November 4, 1964, where he stayed in Basra. After a year, in October 1965, he came back to Iraq, Najaf, Iraq, where he was living until 1978, until Saddam Hussein asked him to leave the country. By this time, the discontent with the Shah was increasing rapidly and it was becoming intense. Imam Khomeini visited Paris, France on a tourist visa on October 6, 1978. As the protests grew, so did his importance as well as his profile. After several thousand kilometers away, although several thousand kilometers away from Iran in Paris, Imam Khomeini set the course of the revolution, urging the Iranians not to compromise with the tyrant regime, and working and stoppages of the working also was requested by him. During the last few months of his exile, Imam Khomeini received a constant stream of supporters, journalists, reporters, and many notables who were eager to hear the leader of the revolution. Imam Khomeini was not allowed to enter Iran. January 16, 1979, the Shah left the country for medical treatment, never to return back. 2 weeks later, on Thursday, 1st Feb 1979, Imam Khomeini returned in triumph to Iran, welcomed by the joyous crowd, estimated up to 5 million by the people, 5 million people by the BBC. He was accompanied by 120 journalists when he took the when he took the flight back from France to Tehran. The revolution was both had both domestic impact as well as international impact, and Imam Khomeini had many successes and Imam Khomeini did many hard work for achieving such a great success, which led to the revolution of the country. And he urged the people of the country to stop working with the tyrant regime for their betterment. Now Imam Khomeini Imam Khomeini's health deteriorated as he was on the last stage of his life. He died on June 3rd, 1989, after suffering 5 heart attacks. This time, when Imam Khomeini died, many people were there with him, and many people urged him. Many people wanted to see him for the last time, and because of that, his wooden
Abbas, please
casket
conclude.
was broken.
Time
I
limit
would
has
like to
expired.
conclude by saying just a thing that if we want to follow, if we want to really pay our sincere tributes to Imam Khomeini, then we should follow about by his all the. It is a compulsion on us to follow abide by his rules, so that we can follow each and every steps laid down by him in each and every phase of our lives. Thank you.